Welcome to the monthly mini for January 2026. I'm Sarah Lascano, and I'm a quantum biofield therapist and medical intuitive at Ray Zen Energy, where I help people recover their health and reclaim their lives. We're going to take just 5 minutes to balance your body and your mind in this month's mini, so let's jump in. We must remember as we kick off 2026, if we want this year to be different from last year, we need to show up differently, right? Have you heard that saying that expecting the things to change when you're doing the exact same thing is a bit of insanity? And it's really true if we look at it. So if we want to improve, if we want to change anything in our lives, our relationships, our finances, our health, we must show up differently. And so in our little 5 minutes today here together, I'm going to invite you to think about what would you like to leave behind and what would you like to nurture? Okay, we're going to start with what do you want to leave behind? And I'm going to ask you to think broader and deeper than other cursory thoughts. I want you to really look at an area of your life that you would like to invite change. So pick one, okay? For our exercise, you can always do this more than once. Pick a topic, either health, finances, professional development, relationship, friendships, anything at all, anything in your life you would like to shift. Bring it to mind here. Okay, and then I'm going to invite you to look at this area of your life with an openness, with a non-judgment energy, with compassion, but with clarity. Imagine you're an outsider looking at your own life, and what one thing would you like to stop doing that you are currently doing? It could be something you're thinking. It could be something you're saying to yourself subconsciously. So we're going to need some clarity for that, right? It could be something you're doing. Could be a behavior you'd like to change. But more than likely, it's a thought or a way of showing up within yourself that you would like to change. Okay, I'm going to give you a moment to connect with this. Be honest with yourself. Be open. You could even allow this information to come to you over the coming hours, days, not too many weeks, but we want to do it soon. Invite what is a limiting thought, pattern of behavior, action that you are doing that you would like to change. Okay, once you've brought it to awareness, we're going to give some energy here. We're going to wrap it in white light and invite a shift. Okay, we're going to invite that awareness to translate into action. And those actions can be very broad depending on what you've identified, but we're going to invite action to come to you, for you to be inspired to take the action you need to stop doing whatever it is that needs to leave. Okay? We're doing all this with compassion, by the way, right? We're being very kind and loving with yourself with grace and ease. We all end up in patterns and behaviors and thoughts that we didn't choose. Okay, it's really important that you remember that. We didn't choose dysfunctional thoughts. We didn't choose negative behaviors. We didn't even choose to be mean to ourselves with our thoughts. Those are programmed. Those came to us, but we have an opportunity to unwind them, and that's what we're doing here. So everything is with compassion and love. All right? And so now in that space that we've created, we're going to create an opening for what you want to add in. So what would you like to add into this area to do instead? Okay, giving you a moment to think about that. Would you like to be more loving, more tolerant? Would you like to be less judgmental with yourself? Would you like to have more control and more boundaries with yourself or others around this topic that you're thinking of? Would you like to journal? Would you like to explore options? Would you like to do research? What is it that you want to be open to allowing to come in around this area of your life that you want to change? Remember, we have to step into a new pattern of being, a new way of showing up if we want to create new change. All right. So we're going to allow you to connect with that and allow that to come in and fill this space. All right, excellent. So I'm going to invite you to bring this to awareness, sit with this information, sit with what you identified, and think of the best way to carry this forward as you step into 2026. All right. If you want to go deeper, hop on over to my website. Let's have a conversation. There are so many ways we support people in stepping into this new version that you're ready to welcome. All right, rayzenenergy.com. Would love to connect with you, love to have a conversation. Wishing you a phenomenal start with much change in this beautiful new year, 2026. See you next month.